Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. I want to talk about The Walking Dead, Rick and Michonne. Actually, it's technically not called that anymore. It's The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. So this show, honestly, I will say right now, the teaser that we got was absolutely incredible. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get an exact release date in terms of just like the month or like when in 2024. But with all the confirmations today that we got for season 2 of Dead City and Daryl Dixon, we have a lot of content coming in 2024. Like The Walking Dead in 2024 is it's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, I know there is the strike, and I know there's some concern about that, but like to me, they've already been filming Daryl Dixon for a while, for season 2. If the strike ends, say it ends in January next year or something, they could finish filming whatever they need to finish filming, have that show out by June, and like that's perfect. Dead City, they could resume filming at any point then. I pointed out before with The Walking Dead, they would film in May and the show would come out in October. So The Walking Dead still has a lot of time here in terms of when to have those shows out. But I'll talk about that in another video. Rick and Michonne are back. We actually have our first look at The Walking Dead, Rick and Michonne. I really can't stop calling it that. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I guess we'll talk about the title in a second. So before we go any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. And if you haven't followed me on Patreon yet, I am posting vlogs on there. It's sort of a like weight loss, kind of also getting into shape journey, fixing my life. And it's a vlog basically. It's just sort of, if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff and all of that, the link is in the description. Definitely, if you do join, thank you so much. But the Rick and Michonne teaser here. So I guess the first thing before we get into the footage here, first of all, really incredible stuff, but we got the title here, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. So with this show, the title, I would say definitely it fits. It definitely fits because of their like iconic line at the very end of the Walking Dead finale where everyone is saying we are the ones who live. So it definitely works. I really liked Rick and Michonne a little bit better because it just looked a little bit cleaner in my opinion, but I guess this works as well. Like it's something that I guess is sort of being made into like a catchphrase kind of thing, right? So to me, I think it's fine. I don't think there's any issues with it. Like it works as a title. And again, it's one of those things where if you have an issue with the title, like I kind of have a little bit of an issue. Like not really, I just kind of prefer Rick and Michonne over this. But when I watch the show, I'm not going to care about the title at all, right? Like I care about the content, and we got some really amazing content here. So the trailer starts off with, first of all, there's so much red here. I really like that vibe, and I think they're going with that vibe to show us that this show is going to be not just like what we got from Rick in season 9 kind of thing, right? Like where he was just trying to keep the peace and a lot of that. Like Rick, I think, and Michonne are going to be more like their, crazy murdering versions of themselves, right? Like we're going to have Michonne from, when she attacked the governor, and then we're going to have Rick, I guess Murder Jacket Rick, right? Like we're going to have those versions of those characters on this show, which is definitely something that people are going to watch. Like people are going to want that. I don't think people want Rick from season 9 anymore. That was the last thing that we got of Rick. I think we want something a little different here. But yeah, you look at the shot here, and we do have this shot of Michonne. And again, everything is all red here. Just absolutely incredible. Michonne does say, I've been out here a long time. She then says, I lost someone years ago, and then things changed. I found out that he's alive. And that line right there, obviously, like the one thing that I like about this teaser here is that they're really holding back on a lot of stuff because they're teasing the reveal of Rick. Like they're really making it seem like Rick is this person that is lost, and like he's like this legend kind of thing. So I like the fact, I really like how this trailer was sort of constructed, because like Michonne is talking about like, I literally went out there to go and find him, and then I found out that he's alive. And so it's stuff that we know, and this is what I was talking about. I wanted stuff that we sort of knew already, but just some footage, because that would just be exciting. And like hold off on some of this stuff here because the anticipation's there. People are excited about this. Like this show is going to be so massive already. Like it's going to be so big. Imagine the actual trailer for this. Like the Daryl Dixon trailer looked so good today. Like this show, once we get the trailer, it's going to look absolutely incredible. But yeah, some really amazing shots here. Then we have a shot of Michonne. It looks like she has a different outfit on here than what she was wearing in the finale. I'm not entirely sure of the group that she's with. I'm focusing on the visuals here. You could tell it's sort of more of a nighttime shot, or maybe it's like early morning or something like that. I don't know what she's looking at here, but visually it does look cinematic. So I really like that. Like I'm just, I'm focusing a lot on just how the show is going to feel sort of overall. And yeah, I do like the fact that it does still have that very cinematic reveal. And so yeah, really cool shot here of Michonne. Like I really wanted to get like clear shots of the characters. So we have one of Michonne and we do have one of Rick. Actually, I think we have two of Rick. And then we have this other shot here of Michonne, and it looks like she's like in a tunnel or a subway tunnel of sorts. And I am wondering, because again, like based off of where she's going, like she has to go to Philadelphia, basically. That's where Rick is, right? That's where the CRM is located. It seems like that's probably how she gets in, right? She probably learns a lot more about the Civic Republic, learns a lot more about where Rick is and all of that. And so that's why she's traveling, I guess, through the tunnels here. There must be some sort of secret way in, because they really make it seem like it's pretty much impossible to get into the CRM base. Like it's something that, like, I mean, if you even find out that they even exist, like they basically get rid of you, right? So Michonne learning a lot of this information, I'm really interested in how she finds out. It could be because of the group that she's with. There's a lot of little things like that. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, just really incredible shot here. I mean, this is kind of cool. Like this probably isn't from episode 1. I mean, this could be honestly from like episode 2, I would say. Yeah, I imagine this is from episode 1 or 2 though. So yeah, definitely really incredible shot here. And then we go to another shot here, which is a close-up of Michonne. And yeah, again, I love the red tones here. It just looks absolutely incredible. I think this show is going to be, it's going to be amazing. And then we have this one shot here of this walker. But I'm pretty sure that this is from the finale of The Walking Dead. So this isn't really necessarily a new shot. But we do have a new shot here of an explosion going off. And then, yeah, there's CRM soldiers everywhere. So I think that a lot of this is related to the scene with Rick against the CRM, because I know some of the first footage that was shot, at least some of the stuff that was being promoted online, was of Rick just somewhere. He was doing, I think, a lot of what Silas used to do with the CRM. So I think Rick was just doing a lot of that. And it looks like the CRM soldiers are just there to keep, there's probably going to be a lot of extra soldiers around Rick. I imagine that's, because he did escape. There's some sort of importance that he has to Major General Beale, which, by the way, this teaser was so amazing. They didn't even give us Major General Beale or Jadis or any of that. Like, we still have all of that info to come, which I think that information is likely going to be dropping with Daryl Dixon's release. We could get little teasers here and there for that with Fear the Walking Dead. Like, by the end of this year, by the end of November, we are going to have like another Rick and Michonne teaser. There's probably going to be a lot longer of a trailer. There's going to be a lot more information that does come out about this show. But yeah, it looks like, wherever Rick is here, some sort of explosion goes off. I don't know if this was planned and if this was like sort of their attempt at, escaping from this place. It's possible this is even like flashback footage to show how Rick originally escaped from the Civic Republic, right? But then we have a shot here of a walker, because obviously you always have to have a shot here of a walker. And then we get to Rick Grimes. And of course, they sort of save him for the end here. And we see Rick, he's sort of walking in this like red mist. And there's just like, well, it's more of a shadow. Like we're seeing the shadow of Rick Grimes coming closer. And then we see Rick here. Obviously, he's covered in blood here. But I'm pretty sure in this scene, he just has one of those weapons that he had. And we saw Silas with this weapon as well. Like I think he's just killing walkers in this scene. So I mean, it looks really cool to see Rick and just doing anything really, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just killing a walker here. The person in the back, I've seen a lot of people say, is this Silas? I don't think so, because it looks like the person in the back. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, actually. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know who that is. I don't think it's Silas, though. It doesn't look like Silas, so I'm just going to say no, it probably is not Silas. And then we have this shot here of Rick, which is just, again, this is probably going to be my thumbnail, or not probably, this will be my thumbnail for the show. I mean, this just looks absolutely incredible. Rick Grimes is back. He has an axe, right? Like, this is just, it's almost kind of like the Red Machete a little bit. Like he had an axe that he used a lot before as well. So it's just so cool to see Rick in this way. And again, if you notice, it's a nighttime shot. So I think when you go back to this shot here of the CRM soldiers and you have this explosion, this looks like it's more during the day. So I imagine that something happens here and then everyone's sort of running around or whatever. But I imagine that obviously it's probably getting close to nighttime. And then we just have something happening here with Rick where this is sort of how maybe he escapes again. Like this could be flashback footage to show how he actually escaped. And then I guess, how this transitions to the final scene that we got in the final episode of The Walking Dead, where we see him, he's out there, but he actually gets captured. And I'm just wondering that because he has sort of the same outfit on, right? But then again, this is sort of a standard outfit for the CRM, so this could also be current footage. So then we get the last shot here of Rick, and he does like a nod here, actually. So it was kind of cool to see that. He has like the iconic Rick nod, just whenever he just wants to like acknowledge you, like, oh, you did something really cool. He just has that nod there, where he just like, it's a slight little nod. It's like a side shot. He always has his head tilted like that. Like, it's just an iconic scene. Like, we've seen Rick in a lot of shots like this, like throughout the entire Walking Dead original series, right? So cool shot. Again, there's a lot of red here. I feel like this is probably because there's lights everywhere, and there might just be a lot of blood in the scene where the blood just like completely covered the lights. And so whoever Rick is with here, obviously they're on his side. I feel like this is connected though. Like when we see Rick actually kill the CRM soldier, I imagine afterwards he gets up and it's literally this. He just kind of nods and he's just like, all right, like we're going to go and do this or whatever. So I imagine at this point, maybe they try to escape. I don't think Rick is going to be successful here, though, because I do think this is from episode 1. Based off of some of the photos that came out, I know like some of the producers and all that were like sharing photos and stuff online when they first started filming. So I think a lot of this is from episode 1. And again, I don't think he's going to be successful because I imagine he's going to be there for quite some time. This could be how we meet Major General Beale, though, you know, in terms of Rick getting in trouble here or whatever. And maybe this is the second time that it's happening. And then so Rick at that point is sent to Major General Beale, and then there's just, I don't know, wherever the story goes at that point, right? How does Jadis get involved there? How does she play a role in all of that? And then Michonne is obviously finding out clues and trying to find out, you know, just where he is, just basically trying to find him. And yeah, just that shot of her in the subway tunnel, I do believe is going to be, I do believe it's related anyway. So yeah, then we get the title card, like I already talked about before, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, just absolutely incredible. I mean, this just looks it looks so clean. Like, I love the red and the white. I love the gradient here. Like, it looks so clean. I do prefer Rick and Michonne, but I guess what I will say is with Rick and Michonne, it didn't feel like a legit title. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live feels like a legit title. Like, this actually feels like an actual title of, I mean, a movie or a TV show, basically, right? So it's growing on me. I think I will like it eventually. And then we get the release date here, which is just says coming 2024. So nothing new there. You know, I was wanting a lot more information, definitely in terms of just more specifically, is it spring 2024? Like, when is it being released? But I guess we're not going to find out for quite a while. We're just going to have to wait and see. It's going to be one of those things where I guess that whenever Daryl Dixon comes out, there's probably going to be a lot more stuff that does drop there. So as of now, we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, to me, this was just absolutely incredible. Based off of everything that we got at Comic-Con today, I think Daryl Dixon looks the best. But again, we never really got a lot with Rick and Michonne, so I'm not saying that Daryl Dixon looks better than The Ones Who Live. I'm just going to say Rick and Michonne show. Like, I know that the title is like The Ones Who Live, but I think that's just a lot to sort of say every single time I reference it. But I think out of all 3 shows, I mean, first of all, Dead City, the quality there was just amazing. But to say that Dead City is going to be the lesser of the 3 shows is insane. Because Dead City, first of all, was like the #1 rated show on AMC Plus. It literally, Dead City beat The Walking Dead final season in ratings. Like, that's crazy to me. So there's so much here. The Walking Dead universe is so alive right now. And I think that, again, these spinoffs, like, people were definitely, I know a year ago, people weren't that excited about like the Daryl Dixon show. Now that's changing once you've actually seen the trailer. To me, honestly, out of everything that we've seen, the most exciting thing for me is probably the Daryl Dixon trailer. But of course, like they never really released the Rick and Michonne trailer. So when I actually get to watch that, like, that might be #1. We'll have to wait and see. But all the spinoffs look really, really great, really amazing. Like, these 3 spinoffs are way better than the other 3 spinoffs, which is Fear, Tales of the Walking Dead, and The Walking Dead World Beyond. Like, this is how you do spinoffs. Like, this is exactly what you should have done from the beginning. I don't know what took so long to get this sort of quality of a show out, but we're here now, right? And it's just, yeah, I'm so excited. So definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.